Exercises for treating and assisting in the prevention of back pain, part 2. So when addressing things like back pain, I like to look at things upstream and downstream from the point of discomfort. So downstream from your back, what you'll find are the connective tissue and muscles that are involved in hip extension and the connective tissue and muscles involved in hip flexion. So what do these flexors and extensors have to do with your back? So if you're tight and weak in the flexors and extensors, it can actually change the position of your pelvis, which can pull it into these anterior pelvic tilts, where it's creating a little bit of a bow in your back, as you can kind of see here, which is kind of going to put a whole lot more tension and pressure on your back. So then the question becomes, how can I fix these positions? One of my favorite exercises for opening up this backside. So it's called an elephant walk. So you basically are trying to get your hands to the floor, quads are engaged, knees are locked out. You're going to bend both knees, extend one, bend both, extend the other. All that being said, if you can't get your hands to the floor while you're doing these elephant walks, what you can do is you can find something like a bench to kind of shorten that range, but you can do the same thing. Bend both knees, extend one, bend both knees, extend the other. Then as your pain-free range increases, you can find a surface that's lower, like here, or here, or here, to here. And to open up the whole front side, what I like to do is this thing called a couch stretch. So you find yourself a nice wall, bring your knee up against the wall if you can, get your shin up against the wall if you can, and then you squeeze your butt tight, belly tight, peel yourself up as high as you can go, and actively squeezing your butt and actively driving your hips forward to kind of get really deep into these stretches and open up everything here. But just like any exercises that I recommend, these are all totally scalable. So some people may find that they get a good stretch here. Using some pulls as assistance, you can get a nice stretch in your hip flexors here by actively squeezing your butt tight, belly tight, pushing your hips forward, and then eventually you can start finding some things to elevate that back foot until you're ready to do them flat up against a wall or any type of surface. Anyway, those are my back pain tips for today. Go ahead and try them out, unglue your hips, and see what happens.